Hi, my name's Whiston.
Hi, my name's Joe Dean, and we're Slate Ash.
Studio members, we make musical sound design instruments.
Which one's Slate and which one's Ash?
Neither of us.
Well, that's a bit confusing.
Joe and Kai is the next company coming out soon. We're just showing off a few instruments here at Machine of Bristronica. We've got Spectres up on this one, and we've got to demo a little bit of Cycles later. Here's the intro to Spectres. So we've collaborated with a group of avant-garde musicians basically in New York on a sort of range of radical extended techniques, we call them, which is short form for crazy sounds.
Weird
out
shit.
of it. Exactly. And we built this collage ending around it, which is sort of very inspired by like musique, concrète, tape loop, modulation and sticking things together. It can also get really granular, sort of digital form of synthesis. So if you look over here, we've got these sort of different loops set up, this red thing, and it plays linearly, so through these selected colours, and can make some really interesting sort of dark ambient, atmospherical, textural elements. So if I give this a play.
What's the paradigm? What's going on here?
Yeah, so we've got our sound
Can you
source
rearrange
here.
these?
Yes, really easily. You can also modulate the arrangement. You can map it to a controller or an LFO and get it really strange and granular. But it's going to play through it all linearly. You can also touch and tune each of the tape loops to easily create strange sort of sequences as well. Very akin to like the physical process of cutting up tape loops and sticking them together and making sort of weird gradual evolving soundscapes out of them. So
let's hear a bit.
I'll give this a play.
So have you got multiple playheads?
Yes, so there's the white lines you're seeing, the vocal white lines, that's the sample being played through.
The higher note, the note is the faster the playhead scrubs the sample, so you can get like asynchronous loops by just playing like 3-note chords.
Okay, wow.
So you kind of get like generative sample scrubbing, and then you get like different moments of the same sample overlapping as the playheads move at different rates.
Yeah, and on top of that, we've also took the recordings and reamped them in a bunch of interesting environments that simulate sort of silo-y and amplified versions, and you can, within this matrix, modulate between all of these environments. So your D is your dry, your E is your echo, and your A is your amplifier. And that point there is a physical modulation between those environments, and you sort of hear it. An interesting sort of spatial processing between it all. Also added in a 2D physics engine for more spontaneous, evolving organic modulation, I suppose.
So, is it built-in sounds, or can you load your own sounds in?
With this one, we have built-in sounds just from the collective of musicians I said earlier in different categories, sort of ranging from quite usable tonal musical elements to like atonal squeaks and scrapes and that kind of stuff. So there's a sort of plethora of stuff to choose from.
If I wanted to load my own stuff in there, could I do that?
Not in Spectres, no. Which is we hear people desperately wanted to do that. We are a little bit limited with the framework we're using, which is Contact at the moment, but we're exploring ways that we can do drag and drop within Spectres, just the sort of waveform. It can get a little bit complicated. We've already sort of pushed Contact to its absolute limit. But yeah, and also, we've got the modulation, and then just a series of interesting impulse responses that we've done, all kinds of different types, from to simulate spaces to sort of more winding screech stuff. You can also run these impulse responses in parallel or serial, and really sort of get these mental spatial effects, and then sort of our standard library of effects units as well for sort of in the instrument modulation. We tend to sort of mess around with harmonic modulation, phasers that can be scale aware, smear reverbs and buffer delays, and our own sort of weird twists on quite standard effects to make it feel, I can see the big smile on your face. You like how it sounds, don't you?
Oh yeah.
You're a big fan.
So is this released now?
It's out now. It came out last year. It's for me, it's probably a personal favourite for like the weird atmospheric.
And where can people find it and get more information?
SlateAndash.com if you want to zoom into this amazing web link right in the corner there.
That's so small. I can't even reach.
What about down here? We can do this, okay?
All right.
You even got a free email address if you have any issues out there in the world.
And what kind of price are we talking for that?
What have we got up there? $249. But listen, if you're talking to me, I think Black Friday's coming up. I think there might be some Christmas things. I don't know, not my side of the company.
Well, we've got
if I had to guess,
now.
there might be some discounts. So maybe keep your eyes peeled. Maybe follow Slate and Ash on all feeds and all channels, and keep a lookout for what's coming next.
That's a good plug.
I'm going to pass on my dodgy live demo onto Joe's dodgy live demo. Thanks.
So you're asking about bringing your own sounds into one of our engines. So with Spectres you can't do that, but Cycles really leans into utilising your own material. Cycles comes with a whole bank of like modular, acoustic 4-bar loops that we curated, but it has user banks as well, so you can import your own sounds very easily. Right. So we've set up this demo today using Big T's modular rig.
Yeah, that's what caught my eye as I walked past, actually.
Yeah, so there are a lot of mutable instrument clones. Stages is his most recent release. I think that came out last week. You've got Beehive, which is Platts in a smaller scale. We've got Rings here, and Monsoon, which is Clouds, yep. And then 2 Ornament Crimes over on the left, one running Hemisphere firmware and the other one running stock firmware. And then this is a triple sloth where you can get kind of random interesting modulation sources. So we've got this very simple patch, Rings into Clouds.
Always a classic?
Yeah, a classic. So we can record into Ableton a 4-bar loop, and then we can drag it into our Cycles grain engine pretty easily. So a nice little atonal loop that we've recorded there.
That was beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Tears to my eyes.
So that's the loop there, and we can just drag that straight from our current project bank. Let's try that again. And now that's in our Grange engine, which we have hooked up to this 16N fader bank. So I don't know if you can see when these are all just CC assigned to the position, the grain position, the density, the envelope, which lets the envelope starts, that'll be like your attack. The size will be like your decay and release. And then we've got assigned to tuning, which is scale quantized. So Kai, do you reckon you could hold the microphone?
I'd love to.
Do you want to?
This is relegated to being a mic stand, honestly.
This is more a job I'm qualified for.
So we've got the positions of the grains being modulated here on this fader. So you can see it's basically like a freeze effect now, where you can just move between the grains in the sample. And then you can increase the density, so you begin to get faster trigger rate. slower trigger rates. Play with the tune. And then we've got the more random parameters over here where you can introduce random octaves. Random reverse grains and random timing. So instead of the density and the grains being triggered in like 16th notes, 30-second notes, it begins to trigger them in like random unquantized divisions. And then you've got random position, which instead of taking a section of the grains, it can take grains from across all of the source material. So that's a quick demo kind of showing how you can take source material from your modular or from any hardware, quickly record it, get it into cycles and manually still play around and perform the sounds inside our software.
Bish bash bosh.
Exactly.
What else do you need to know?
That's about it. Well, how about price of this one?
Well, we got it on deal at the moment, so 139 for this instrument. Also releasing a ton of packs for it. So we're working with, our in-house sound design team, but also commissioning artists to do loops and sort of things to chuck in cycles, and also we're making presets around that. Some based on, some commissioned by artists, but also some sort of based on legacy synthesizers like Prophet 8.
Yeah, we do like combinations of instruments, so be like a synth into a guitar pedal and just create, really like lean into the idiosyncrasies of those two instruments to kind of create a bespoke pack that really like leans into what you get out of those instruments. Same with, I did one with guitar into my modular rig, and I just wrote a load of guitar loops and then just kind of transformed them into a lot more abstract sound design using my modular, and then that's all source material that you can just access straight away. I mean, we can show you.
Let's see if I have it installed.
We've got Surgeon's Girl. So we did Surgeon's Girl recently. So in the pack section of here, we've got Surgeon's Girl.
Shout out Surgeon's Girl.
Surgeon's Girl, and these are some presets that have been made with her source material.
Kind of like downloadable content for cycles, gift that keeps on giving, and also you just get the raw WAV loops if that's more your style. Absolutely slamming. So we're doing a range of different packs and that kind of stuff trying to do different bits of output at different price points, find something for everyone. It's not always accessible to have a big instrument, but we try and pack as much as we can within instrument, and hopefully in the future as well, little smaller things that we can't give away yet.
So it's a question, just
range of stuff.
Watch this space being
I think so,
Slate Ash.
Slate and Ash. If you don't know, get to know. Bristol, UK, represent experimental sound design stuff. Nice design, good people.
Excellent.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Many thanks, guys.